All right. Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? Notice it's a slightly different setup here today. We got two cameras. So, actually, you know what? Maybe I should start it as like just me. Probably. I'm gonna have to move my keyboard next time too. There you go. I should have left it as a surprise. Should have left it as a surprise. Whoops. Anyways, today I wanted to first go over the cup of the day. Cup of the day. I always like. I've been switching my water and all of how I drink because I'm a hydrant homie. I'm always drinking water. I don't drink alcohol of any kind or anything like that. So I'm pretty much only drinking water. Oh, juice as well. I love a lot of fresh juice and like cold pressed juice. And so I love storing and this kind of stuff. So I have a collection that I'm growing of bottles, of different stainless steel bottles and things. And so one thing I wanted to do is add more and more stickers to all my cups. Because, you know, they're kind of plain. Some of them have some color to it, but it's like, you know, they're all stainless steel. So it's like they can take a color real well. And a sticker really well. So this is my first one for this one. Maybe next time I'll put a poll up or something and we can figure out which one we want to put together. But I figured I'll start it off today with this guy. This is a Hydro Flask. Nice. I love blue. Light blue is like one of my favorite colors. So I got that one for Christmas and then I added my cool little sticker to it. And it's hollow foil too. So, you know, I figured at the beginning here, while we're waiting for different people to like log in and everything like that, then what we'll do is we'll go over the cup of the day there. I'm kind of taking that from another YouTuber, but, you know, you got to have some gimmicks and stuff. It's part of the whole thing, right? So today, what we're going to be talking about, which actually, let me move this for now. All right. So what we're going to be talking about today is the small goodies. So I've been talking for the last, like, you know, couple of months about getting the Patreon going, getting the company together, and the lower tier, the $45 a month tier, is going to be small goods. And so an example of those small goods is this guy right here. This is just a little basket. Now, one of the nice things about these baskets is that this one is particularly made for bowls. So you can, you know, have something in the microwave and then have it like actually like a little hand for it. And it fits a nice little bowl in there. And then, you know, it's been top stitched all around and everything like that. And so it is, because it is the way it's constructed, it is reversible. 100% reversible. All the seams are inside. So, you know, you can put a little bowl in there. And this one has the little handles. That's like the way the pattern came. And then I made a smaller one as well that is more just for decorative. So, you know, you might, you know, not be holding this one as much. This is more like you just wanted to have some keys or something like that you can have, or a little bowl. So this is one of the things you'll be able to get during, you know, every month. You'll be able to get different little small goodies, and this is one of them. And so I wanted to show that one off today, show, like, you know, there's different versions of it. Some people even kind of like pin these ones down and such. I like it having the little handles if you're actually going to use it for the microwave. You know, so it's a cute little bowl. Sound. Need to fix sound. Okay. All right. 1 second. If I do... All right, everyone. My bad. I have two cameras, so I think the second mic was picking me up then. It must be what it is. And then I had the camera technically, I had the camera in front of it, in front of the chat there. Let me move you guys. There we go. There we go. Now I can see my screen because I didn't have I didn't have the yeah, it fixed it. Okay, yeah. I had to mute myself because I have. Let's see if you can see it. No, I see it's right here. It's like too high for you to, too low for you to see. But there's another camera right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually, first of all, before we switch to the other camera, I wanted to show you guys, I went fabric shopping the other day. I love fabric shopping. And, when I was thinking of a diverse audience of, a different kind of people. And, what would my brother like? What would my parents like? What would everyone like, right? And so something like this is very, festive and cute. And I love it. Like, it's all rainbowy. This one is kind of more chic because you have this, like, cute purple or, like, cute blue with, like, gold inside. Super cute fabric. And then, on the other side, just kind of a manly gray with some blue in it. And so, you have some diverse stuff like that. But then also, I wanted to get something that, I think would be a little edgier, right? So, some people might want the homemade kind of goods, but don't really like what they see on Etsy because it's not really what they're looking for. And so this is the first one. Super cute. I love it. It's just all kinds of like little tattoos, like old style tattoos. This is done by Alexander Henry. Alexander Henry. And a bunch, like most of the ones I want to show you right here, most of the ones today will be Alexander Henry stuff. I really love his stuff. There's a few that aren't, but, I really love his stuff. And so I'm going to make, napkins and, these kind of mats and all kinds of fun stuff out of it. But, something that, an edgier crowd or someone, that likes tattoos and such will like. So that was the first one. I thought that was super cute. 100% cotton. All of these will be cotton. Besides this one. This one's actually polyester. I just liked it. It was cute. I love, as I said, I love, it kind of went with my fabric, with my choice there. And so this one's technically polyester, but, a nice teal. Can be used as a lining or anything like that, but not necessarily microwavable ones. Because you want 100% cotton for that. So this is the next one. Let's see, I have it right way up, right? Yeah. This is all skeletons. See, they're like little people, like old people. But if you look really close up, they're actually like all skeleton people. So like all Victorian, but you can see see there, the guy's actually a skeleton. He's got a skull on him. So, very cute, like Victorian fabric, but done with like a twist to it. Right, so again, kind of edgier, but at the same time, you almost don't even see it at the first, right? And it's like you see it on the second glance, whereas this one you're going to see on the first glance, right? So some manly stuff, and then of course, I love me some Pokemon, and I figured this one would sell well for the nerdier crowd. So not just not everyone's an edgelord, so it's like some people like some Pokemon. So this is just a Pokemon. And I go to a lot of conventions, and so I've seen this fabric used before by other people. And so, that one's just a cute little, again, 100% cotton fabric. And then, let's see, we can do this one. So this one gets into African prints. These are all 100% cotton, but they're made by this little company here. And they're guaranteed wax prints. What wax prints are is that when they're doing this kind of print, they actually are putting essentially wax down on these lines. Now, this is digitally printed, I'm sure. But, back in the day, that's how they would do it. Is you would have wax on this, then you would dye it, then you would wash it off the thing, and you would have the white spots where you wanted, and, no dye where you didn't want, right? But this is all black, really cute. I thought, would make great napkins. I could do it lengthwise or horizontal, depending on what the person wanted. And it's very soft, 100% cotton as always, as all the stuff that pretty much most stuff I'm using. So, gorgeous, gorgeous. And it's like an indigenous African print. The place that I get it from has a whole section of these. And so I actually have two more. A little preview of something else we're going to be working on today. But see, this is another one And then on the other side of that one, you actually have this really, really gorgeous one that's all like fishes. See, so it's all fish. Will show you a better one later when I finish. I'm gonna sew this one up today. This is another option. Will be a fabric basket, is what that will be. So we'll deal with that one in a minute. I did want to show you one more. Now, I am openly gay, and I do kind of want a gay fan base as well. So something that because why I love Alexander Henry is for this right here. Not many places you can find any kind of pattern at all that has any kind of sexy men on there. He also has ones with sexy women too, just in case anyone wants anyone with that. But for me, I really wanted this one. It's a bunch of really buff dudes. Really cute, right? I have a couple yards of this fabric, so I'm actually going to make a shirt for this next week, because this week we're just going to go over the small goods. Next week, I'm going to show you guys the split shirts and some of the designs. And if you remember on Tuesday, we talked about the ordering form and like how there would be a triangle and a shield and different kind of versions of that shirt. And so we'll show you some next week, but I figured I want to do some small goods this week. But yeah, isn't that just adorable? So you got a sexy dude. Oh, they all got their shirts off. You know what I mean? Very cute. I mean, not necessarily XXX or anything like that, but, it gets the point across, right? It's not very subtle by any means. But very cute. And they make Christmas fabric and all kinds of other fabric too. So maybe later on in the year, you'll see some Christmas versions of this, where it's just like sexy guys, but with like Santa outfits on. This one was the camping one, which I thought was really, really cute. And I liked it a lot. So those are all the basic fabrics. I mean, I have more in my closet and more other places, but for the first kind of launch of next month in May of trying to get some stuff out, because May is officially when everything I'm trying to get launched and get going. And so, yeah, when I launch it there, hopefully, you guys will like one of these fabrics. I do have plenty of like kind of neutral things like this that are just cool, all the way up to kind of naughtier things like that, right? And, or pop culture things like this, right? And I can get any kind of sports team, anything like that. It's also done. Anything quilt weight is really good. And then these kind can really, zazz that up, because it's like one side can be this cute African print and the other side can be, something a little more tame. But I mean, these prints, I do love them. But yeah, so I wanted to show you guys that. And then also today, because I was showing off the bowls, the little bowls, I also wanted to show you how I make them. So this started out, let me get my pen here. This started out as literally just a square. It's literally just a square. Perfect little square. Then I did an X onto, so this is some felt. This is wool felt, 100% wool felt. Therefore, it's microwavable. If it was a polyfill, something like that, it wouldn't be microwavable. But because anything like that, polyester heats up. Whereas this stuff don't heat up as much. And so what it is you then put an X through it. And you can see it there in the center there. And I like to draw my lines because I'm a professional fashion designer. So I got the ruler out and I got, everything. I got my chalks out, which these wash away. So, that will not stay there forever. I'll obviously wash my stuff before I give it to you. And there you go. And so what I then did is you actually make, these are called darts. So a dart is anytime you want fabric to have a shape to it, because you can see this, it actually stays all on its own. And all I did there is did 4 darts, one on each corner. And then you can actually see here, it makes that box. And so if I wanted a bigger one, I just make a bigger bowl, do the 4 darts at a different thing, and there you go. You got a different one. Now, eventually I will clip these, but I wanted to show you, what it looks like. Because, I mean, this was a square, right? Perfect little square. Obviously, it can't be square much anymore. It's almost like one of those old fortune cookies that girls used to do in high school and like middle school. Like, your fortune is this, right? They would always do that kind of fun stuff. But yeah, so that's how you make the little bowl. Then all you do is make another one stick it in there, sew them together, and there you go. You turn it inside out and, top stitch it around. That way it seals it off and you get your nice little bowl. And so that's one way. And then this was the rounded one. Same method. I just rounded the top part. So that's something that, in the future, if you think of a cool color or a cool, you want a certain size, you're like, hey, can I get a 6-inch bowl? Can I get an 8-inch bowl? Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll definitely make you a bowl, And then the other thing, of course, that I wanted to work on today, because I always want to have something that I'm sewing and then something I'm kind of showing off to. So, we're 15 minutes in now. And so let's go to our special guest, my Juki. So let me get him back in here. Oop. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, that's the right one. I think that one will work. We'll try this one for now. See how this one works. See how half and half works. If half and half, maybe I don't know exactly how to get it the other way. I don't know. Let's try this other one. What does this one do? Oh, that just makes them all smaller. Spotted layout. I clicked on that. Solo layout. Ha-ha. Ha-ha. There we go. All right, so let me go switch over to this one. And see, next week I'm going to get my microphone because now I should be like way quieter because it's way over there. But I did want to show, this is a fabric bag or box. And so we're going to go ahead and sew this now. And what I've done is I've made two of the same thing, which what I did here is sew up the side and then put these two sides together. So that way you get a corner. And you get a nice little corner. Do that on the other side and you got yourself a rectangle. If I had made it square, I could have made it square if I wanted. So let's go ahead and sew this baby down. Now, because it is lined, all linings, how you do that is you always leave a little hole. Now, this one's, not too stiff, so I should leave not too big of a hole. I was making a suit today, a size 48 suit for my job. And that one, I actually took a seam about this big, about 8 inches or so, to be able to put that whole suit through. Whereas this one will probably be a 3-inch hole, something like that. Not super big. And then afterwards, we can always top stitch it, and that will close that hole right on up. And then I did put pins down at the basically these 2 points here, where like these meet. I'll put a pin there, so that way I can try to get those to equal each other. Because, you want your basket to be nice, all right? Also note that I only put the felt on one side. So you don't put the felt on both sides, you just put it on one side. If you really need it to be stiffer, what I would recommend is instead of, adding more felt to it or anything like that, because it's just going to make it bulkier, what you can do is actually, when we finish, we can actually sew just these lines down. Yeah, just these lines and stuff down. And so that will help if you need it to be sturdier. I'm definitely going to need my other microphone next week, huh? I'll have to listen back to my audio this week, see how bad it is. And I always double backstitch anywheres where I'm about to pull through. I actually do 2 layers of backstitching instead of just one. That way you get, you could pull on it a little harder. Let's go back to the other one. Okay. Now we're back to this one. And also tell me how my audio was. Is it bad when I'm over there? I'll have to switch to my other microphone. I got a little can one. I don't like it that much. The wire on it was weird. So anyways, all I like doing always is giving it a little press. Anytime you give fabric a little press, you're just going to get a little bit flatter of a seam. It's just always a good idea to get that a little flatter. I think also in the future, I'm going to push this camera probably a couple inches back too. That way, you can see, because, look how close up that is. You see in the individual pores in me. But, basic sewing, always press everything that you sewed, and then we'll turn it inside out. Then we'll press it again to really get a professional look. It's what separates. That's why when you try to do one of those things at home and they don't ever quite work the way you want them to work, it's because you didn't press it usually. Or little steps like that were forgotten. And so I left a little hole right there. And then, you want to grab not the batting, but the inside two fabrics and, just start pulling it out. Granted, I probably should have made this hole a little bit bigger. It is always better to have it a little bit bigger, but that's what I always say. It's better to have a little bigger, Isn't that what all of us want, right? Ooh. Just shove that on through is usually what I do. I usually just go from the backside and then just push it and scoop it inwards. It's kind of how I do it. And I do that for the first half. Make sure I have all the corners turned inwards, and that will help it a ton to actually go through faster. And then it's not bad to kind of every once in a while pull on this side. But then if that resists you can always pull from a different spot or go back over here and push that little stuff right on in there. And if you don't fit, just cram it in, right? It's it'll figure it out. There we go. So when you're done, you kind of have this loose thing, right? So what you're going to do then is get it in there. Now this is version 1. If you notice, there's no handles on this one. I can do handles. It's not that I can't do them. I just wanted to do this one without it. And I think next week I'll show you one with a handle. Handle, no handle. Sometimes I like handle, sometimes I don't. But yeah, so now it kind of resembles more of a bag. Kind of finagle it a little bit there. Shove it down in the corners. Really get it in them corners. And then press it again. And this was those gorgeous African prints. See, that's much better view of it. Last time I was trying to show it. See, it's these two fish in a net. Really cute. And so you can see here, you kind of get this messed up corner. So you just want to make sure, when you're pressing that all down, you press it nice and good. And soon I'll be using my really good iron and I won't have as many problems as I have. All right. There we go. We'll get that going. We'll do that last. You know, part of doing this channel is kind of showing you guys how long all this stuff takes. You know, that's why I cut all this fabric and did all the pattern beforehand. It's still going to take me 45, 30 minutes to make it, right? So, you know, definitely consider that when, you know, buying something from Walmart for $5 and being like, this is so cheap. It's like, yeah, they also only paid the lady 5 cents to make it. It's like, you know, when you're paying me money to make it, you're paying for someone to make this in a much more ethical and sustainable way. I mean, I'm picking fabric that is from a store that was basically going to throw it away. I mean, this stuff was $4 a yard fabric, 100% cotton. So, you know, not super expensive, and it's because, you know, it wasn't as desirable. This is not the latest trendy fabric, so therefore, you know, it's not going to be on some blog somewhere or not be like, oh, the trend alert is saying, you know, pick this color, right? So because of that, it, you know, gets relegated to the, you know, to not being desirable. But it's like, no, it's actually very beautiful. Gorgeous colors, gorgeous look, and very soft. This is very, very soft. I mean, 100% cotton. Feels like any quilt or anything else you've ever touched. And a good price. And, you know, so I can make this stuff for us all and make it in a, you know, nice, sustainable little way. You know, sometimes a little extra effort can go a long way. All right. Let's get this out of my way so I don't burn myself on it. And so there you go. Right off the bat, now you have something that is freestanding. Before, you could tell that, you know, it was... See? This is why I got stuff everywhere. Anyway, it's just a ruler. Nothing important. But yeah, so... You have your bag. It's now, you know, can stand on its own. But as you notice, it kind of has like a bit of a like a boat shape to it. It kind of will collapse on its own. And so that's fine if, say, you just want to hold a piece of fabric in it, which often these are done that way, where you fold up your little pieces of fabric. And there you go. You have little pieces, you know, that you can put in there. You know, and something that visually you can see right off the bat what your fabric looks like. That's kind of the point of a basket like this, but this doesn't just have to be for fabric. You can ultimately use it, you know, see, you can see here, then just at a glance, you can kind of see your stuff here. And then I don't always need handles because, I mean, it's not heavy enough. And one of the nice things about it being fabric is you can kind of start to shove it around. You know, if this is a wicker basket or something like that, you're not going to be able to mold it like that. But, you know, if I need it to be a little bit longer or a little bit wider, you know, you can kind of shove it into that form. But that's the basics of what we were talking about today. And I wanted to show you my little bag. And then, you know, we can absolutely top stitch this. We could then stitch all the corners. That's another way of doing it. I mean, you know, the nice thing about this kind of stuff is then you get to just an endless amount of creation. And so I did want to show this. So as I said, let me move this out of the way. As I said, I am a professional fashion designer. And so one of the things that I do want to make different about my channel than others is a lot of them that I see that are making this DIY stuff, They're doing it because they're like a mom in their kitchen on like a regular sewing machine. And it's like, you know, I wanted to make sure I'm doing industrial stuff and also industrial ways of doing it. This is the real pattern that I used to make this. This is the actual pattern. I cut this out and then sewed it. And then there you go, right? And so in the future, one thing that will be available on the Patreon is these patterns for free. And not only that is, if you're in like one of the upper tiers, I'll literally send you a copy if you like. You know, if there's something that, you know, something would be interested in, and they're like, ooh, I would like a copy of this, I can send you that. And I did want to show one other cool little thing. This guy. This guy right here, called a rabbit punch. Why is it called a rabbit punch? Well, pretty obvious, right? Looks like a rabbit. And what this thing does is you have paper like this. This is called oak tag paper. This is, if you ever had a manila envelope in your life, you've had this paper. That's what that paper is. It's a laminated paper is all it really is. And so this guy, if you look at the bottom here, or you look, I guess the side might be easier, you can see that it has this thing and you actually have like a little punch down there. Obviously, I'm not going to put my finger into it because it is solid steel. And if you notice, this is actually all cast iron because this is an industrial product. And so what I'm going to do is, boom, I now have a perfect little hole right in my little guy. And what I can do with that is then hang them. So this is all the necklines that I have. The different, you know, 3 different necklines that we went over. And so now I can simply take this, put it on there, and there you go. Now I have it. I have it, you know, I can hang that up however I want. I can take it off that hook anytime I want. And that's how a professional stores their patterns. And how they get their patterns ready to be stored is this guy right here, which he weighs, about 10 pounds. I would say easily 10 pounds. And then it produces this little guy, perfect little circle. So if you ever need an exact circle, I can also give you an infinite amount of those, right? As long as they're exactly this dimension. Yeah, isn't that cool? Very heavy, though. The bowl, the other version, the round version, was this pattern. And so, you know, that's always one thing that I love and I really want to show to you guys as I'm making more and more stuff. I want to really show you the patterns themselves. And on the Patreon, you'll actually be able to get these. You know, I want to make sure that, you know, it is behind a little bit of a paywall because this does cost money. So, I mean, I can't be sending them out for free, you know, just to anyone on the internet. It's like, it does help to have it. And, you know, if you tell me you want it rabbit punched, I'll actually punch it for you too. And then, you know, what I end up doing is I can write all kinds of info on it. So microwave bowl, cut to face A, cut to face B, and 4 of batting, or 2 of batting if I want it thinner. And so I can write all the information on it. And so I can even, when I give it to you, have all the information written on it. I'll handwrite it for you, no problem. Or, you know, I can always print it out if I, you know, get a lot of customers and stuff, print it out and paste it on there, right? And so, you know, I wanted to show everyone that's how the cookie crumbles, right? That's how you make the sausage or whatever. You know, that's how you sew. I got to come up with a new one. That's how the needle. That's how you thread the needle. I don't know. I guess that's already a thing, right? I don't know, but that's how a professional sews. There you go. I guess maybe that's what we're doing. But yeah, I wanted to, you know, make sure everyone knows that I'm not only pushing towards getting my clothing done, but also getting the rest of the Patreon going as well. And that was, you know, what today's stream was about. A nice little 30-minute stream about making cute little baskets, and also that I wanted to keep some professionalism with those baskets. So that way it kind of separates me a little bit from the pack there. And I can actually do it the right way. I'm not using a home sewing machine. It's all going to be sergers. And I have a serger coming, a new one that I just bought the other day because it can do what's called a rolling hem. It was only like $300. Really cheap machine, but really good. It should hopefully be good. You know, and, you know, just be able to increase my quality over and over again and, you know, make it so something that you can see in a store quality-wise, but then, you know, you're paying a more ethical price that's keeping me employed and, you know, hopefully keeping you. And hopefully everyone else happy, right? And someone sees it and they go, wow, that's cool, you know? And then also just like, you know, stuff for your home, keep everyone happy, right? From the manliest man to the gayest gay boy, like, and everyone in between, you know? That's the goal of the company, is no one excluded, everyone included. So that's all I wanted to do over today. As always, I still have some more things to unbox. I'll never not be collecting things and never not be unboxing things. It's always will be a part of my channel. So I wanted to end with these two today. Let's go ahead and open them up. As we had a bunch before, let's see what it is. And if anyone has any questions, it's always a good time to ask for questions. Ooh, this is the Mr. Kum Kum. For my family members in the audience, I bought Phil a shirt that's from this same guy and has that spine on the back. This is this guy's like signature. He does all gold. Everything he does is gold. And a lot of it is like skeleton based. This one's really, really good. It's like, I believe, pretty rare. I mean, hold on a second. I think it's pretty rare, right? 1 in 40. And so 1 out of every 2 boxes will have this guy. So I actually was lucky enough to get him. So that's really cool. I also like that it says shake well on the back. Sounds good, right? Sounds cool. You know, just like a spray can. Anyways, the other one. Let's see what it is. It still shakes like all of them. Oh, this one looks good. Oh, nice. This is, let's see, what's this guy? One Love is what this one's guy is called. And it says, One Love, good vibes only on the front there. And then on the back, I love hip hop. And it's like a little luchador. Super cute. Of course, shakes like the rest of them. So these are the 2 that I got today. Isn't that cool? Very, very cool. So I wanted to show those off. And then, you know, show off all the cool stuff that I'm working on. Cute little stuff. And, of course, industry standard goods. Including this cutting table that you see. I mean, look at this guy. I showed him off, I think, a couple times ago. But, man, oh, man, I am loving this table. Absolutely loving this table. I cannot tell you how much this table is so nice. Like, it's just, I mean, so high quality and just like, you know, I can beat on this thing for years and years to come. And it will barely scratch. It will barely do anything. I did, however, have to make a little safety change here. I put some felt on the corner because it's a metal railing. And it's like metal railing ends and then like literally owned it for 1 day and already like ruined one of my little shirts here. Because, you know, I love Under Armour. It's a nice loose fitting shirt for when you're like doing work. Because this is like an extra large and it's like, I can actually do like this to it, right? It's like, I can really take a lot out of it. But it is cute, right? And it fits loosely. And when you're ordering, feel free to order loose fitting stuff. I mean, you know, order what you like. I like wearing loose fitting stuff too. Because it does fit okay in the shoulders. But anyways, that's what I wanted to go over today. My cute little guys. My cool new stuff. And I hope everyone has a great Thursday. Even better Friday. And yeah, thanks. I like my shirt too. It is cute, right? I like the bottom half is all teal. Yeah, it's one of their golf polos. I pretty much like half my clothes is like golf polos. And Under Armour clothing. Theirs is like some of the best stuff. Because also you're paying like this shirt was like $70. So I mean, you know, you're paying for what you get there. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all my rewatchers. I've been looking at my stats and seeing all these people rewatch my stuff. And so please like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already. Thank you guys so much. I love an active chat. I have like, you know, my crew here that's with me, my family there. And I always love you guys. And definitely, you know, excited for me to continue my journey. And I'm excited for you guys to start getting some stuff in your homes and then maybe get some photos on Instagram and all kinds of fun stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out. I got this one. This one I'm real excited about. So I'm really happy about it. I had a good day. Hope your day is good too. See y'all later. See you on Tuesday. I'll be doing basically the last, like, going over the money for the Patreon is what the Tuesday is going to be. And then, like, in a week or two, it'll be up and running. Just trying to get, some last paperwork and stuff done. But yeah, thank you so much. Bye, y'all. See y'all later. Bye, everyone.